stream and landscape, but it's obviously not doing that. Hmm. Let's push a few buttons and see what we can do. Nope, not that button. Hmm, I guess we're gonna see about if I can do it like this. Very probably just gave somebody like complete, I don't know, some kind of like a weird epileptic seizure or something. All right, guys. So anyway, sheep talk. Grabbing a cup of coffee, and I got another drink here. Try to grab both of these and hold the camera, and pretty much done with work for the day. Still got, normal routine chores, feeding everybody, topping off water, that kind of thing, but it's about time to go back and just check on the sheep. So I figure, Sonny, come here. Why not go on, throw up a live stream, and actually get these guys really on video, show you kind of what I'm doing, what's up. Actually, I'm gonna go on and flip camera around so you can see the fence charger is up there. Then I've got 2 strands of the electric wire run across here. Yep, forgot to disconnect from Wi-Fi and just walked out of range. But anyway, yeah, they should be coming into this section here either tomorrow evening or the following morning. Right now they've got access to all of that. And I'm gonna come over here because this area has already kind of been cleared out manually, but this right here has not been touched, and they've been working on this today, so it's a little bit thinner. Once the sun really starts going down, they'll come back out and they'll hammer this down. And then up here, you can see where that post is. All of this is what they had access to the previous 2 days. So you can actually, see the ground. Kind of nifty. But we'll get up over the wire and come down here and say hi. So they're kind of starting to get back to eating. Got a tarp up for mostly shade because not getting any rain. But let's see where everybody's at. Hi, sheep. That's one of the females. It's one of the babies. Where's Floki? Floki. There's Floki. Hi, Floki. Hi, Floki. Only got no hands right now, so I'm going to scratch her back with my knee. But anyway, I'm going to set this coffee down and get situated right quick. Alright. That's easier. So, got 11 in total. They're kind of going back to eating. They got a routine where they will kind of go and burst throughout the day, get up and eat a little bit, and then go lay down and chill. And then about this time of day, the sun's starting to get behind the tree line and the temperature's starting to come down a little bit. So they'll go back to more of just steadily eating. And it's kind of difficult with the fencing right now because everything's so overgrown. This section over here is where they came through. So they started down on that end, and I ran them across this direction all the way up there, crossed over and started coming back, and grab my coffee cup and set it outside the wire because I don't need sheep drinking coffee. They've got enough energy as it is. But this is somewhat of what it looks like after they came through. And before, you could not walk from here to where that gate is. Like, you could probably climb through if you really wanted to. And then I'm coming in behind them, and a lot of the smaller saplings and the stuff that's just pretty mangled from vines and tree limbs falling on it and privet, I've just been cutting out. So that is privet, and I need to get the sawzall out here to finish cutting that out. And then I've already reseeded all of this, and it took me a while to hack through this enough to be able to run the electric. And of course, you couldn't see anything underneath, so it was pretty much just find a thin spot and try to hack your way through it. And then once they came through here, you'd realize, oh, there was a big rock right there, but if you had gone over here, you know, it's just dirt. But you couldn't see that until they ate through everything. So that's one of the reasons it's been so painful to run the electric so far. But now that all of this is being cleared out, the next time I come through here, it's going to be really simple. And then this, I've gotten a lot of questions the last couple of days about the brush that we're accumulating. And this is what we call the wash. Basically, there's a ridge line way up there that goes all the way across like that. And this is kind of a low spot where all of the water ends up, flows downhill, comes through here, and flows out in that direction. So if I'm going to burn that brush, I have to run a garden hose because it's so dry right now from that shed that you can barely see that's way up there, or the house, one or the other, all the way back here. Like, I'm pretty sure I probably have enough garden hoses to do that, but I'm not going to do that. So what I've taken to doing instead is building little beaver dams. I call it a cedar dam because I started doing this with cedar trees we were cutting out. But I'll basically find something like that tree right there, and I'll take a decent size trunk like that, lay it up against that tree, and start a base, and then just start piling everything in. I know this works because I accidentally built one of those down there, and it did a really good job of slowing the water down and preventing erosion, and then collecting a lot of the organic material that was getting washed down through here and just hitting the creek and going away. So one of the areas that we just had the excavator working in over there, we dug all of that out and actually used all of that collected organic material to raise the bank of the wash up. So this is another one. Also, somebody's asked about wood chippers. I am not putting all of this through a wood chipper. I don't have the time. And you also have to let all of this dry out to an extent before you put it through a wood chipper, because otherwise it's just going to gum things up on the inside and you're going to hate your life. I know this from other people's experience and making fun of them while I watch them do it. But anyway, so get back over here. This is Henry. Henry is pack leader. Say hi, Henry. You know, one of the nice parts about sheep as opposed to goats or pigs, you stick a phone in their face and they don't try to eat it. But anyway, so going back to the electric, that's where it was going across. It's really fun trying to cross that wash because the soil right there is really thin, so it's a lot of rock. And you end up with kind of high and low spots. So I've taken two strands of electric with them just because the babies tend to want to go underneath. And this is one of the spots where they were going underneath. So you can see how I kind of lowered that one down to the bottom notch as opposed to the middle. So it's a matter of just feeling it out. But I've got it run all the way up and around. And then the reels, like I didn't have any of the reels when I started doing this with them. And I will never go back to not using the reels again. I'm gonna walk back over here where I've got one laying there. But there is one of the reels over there. That one was given to me, and it's actually a geared reel, which is nice. There's some features about this one that I like and some features that I don't. But so basically when I go to move them again, I will reel this up across to here, and then that wire goes up there, and then I'll unroll it going across that direction and then recross and hook back into this again. And then the two wires that are going across right there, those are both on a reel, and I passed those when I walked up initially. They are laying right up there, and that's basically where I ran out of wire on those two. So I just grabbed another reel and another piece of loose wire just to finish this little gap. And then I've still got another loose piece of wire out there that I will pull back over here to make the run going across there. But let's see if I can check comments. Live chat. Coffee might calm them down. I don't know, Jen. But yeah, looks like we had a couple of people on and now one. Does it show me who's on? No, it does not. But anyway, I guess the only other real thing to show right now is they knocked their water bucket over again. I've found that the white buckets, they kick over almost immediately. For whatever reason, they seem to like the orange bucket, so I need to get that topped off. Then they've got that's baking soda for bloat. They've got a mineral block I don't remember what these two are. I think one of them is selenium, and then we've got some other stuff that we're giving them as well. I would have to go like look at the bags to see what all of it is. But then they're also getting some Timothy hay just to help. We almost lost one the other day to bloat, and thankfully the dog alerted me to the fact that there was a problem. And one of the things that I think really helped was getting him the hay, and that absorbed a lot of whatever was in his stomach fermenting. And I think that really was one of the big contributing factors to being able to save that one. But I think they're finally starting to really get adjusted to the vegetation here. But yeah, at some point I've got a wagon, like, you know, a little kid's wagon on order, so it should be shipping in the next day or two. And my intent is to put the mineral blocks, and I've got a couple of other containers that I'm going to bolt onto the side of that wagon to make it a little bit easier whenever I go to move them, because those things weigh, when you first get them, those are 50 pounds a piece. So I'm going to put it all into a wagon so that, you know, when I go to move them down there, all I've got to do is drag the wagon across, as opposed to making 5 trips to lug 50-pound blocks of minerals back and forth. So anyway, that's kind of a brief overview of what we're doing with them. This is really the last that they have to clear out, and then we'll start getting them into more of a normal rotation coming through here. But if you have any specific questions, you can email them to Nicole, or you can email them to me at tacticalredneckequipment@gmail.com. And yeah, I can do a follow-up video or get on the podcast, or Nicole can answer it or something. But anyway, guys, till next time, bye.